Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. This is the third of the day. We're the Handphibians. We are a small portion of the Handphibians. There are 10 of us on stage. When the entire group is together, we're about 40 people big right now, which is awesome. There's a ton of energy and excitement behind these drums. We're here to play, just like demonstrate and talk a little bit about the music from Brazil that we play. We play different types of samba. A samba is a dance. It's the national dance of Brazil. There are many different forms of it, and depending on where you are in the country, there's like different styles of it. So like in the United States, if you went to New York, they dance a certain way. If you're in Chicago, they dance a certain way. If you're in Los Angeles, they dance a certain way. But it's all under this big umbrella of like samba, and just have like little differences as you go. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about how this groove works and like what we're doing, and then we'll demonstrate. We have some music that we'll play that we've played forever since the group has been around, and then some like really new stuff that we just started learning, and you're gonna hear for the first time. It's like a international premiere of the music we're playing. So, low-key, awesome. So this is Nelson Dresser. Please say, good afternoon, Nelson. Good afternoon, Nelson. Yeah, Nelson's awesome. He's been in the Fibs for a while. I've known him since he was like 9 years old, which is awesome. He's 52 now. And then his colleague is Brandon, way over on this side of stage. Hi, Brandon. Yeah. So these guys are playing these drums we call surdo, S-U-R-D-O. It means deaf man is the Portuguese translation. And it's because when all the drums are playing together, you don't hear those drums as much as you feel them, because they're playing and they're low in pitch. And so they're just sending out these vibrations throughout the audience and the group. And so you hear them, or you feel them in your body way before you hear them. So this is what they play. Let's all say, hey Brandon, play louder. Ready, go. See, and just like that. I've asked him like 4 times today, but here we go. So that's the heartbeat, the foundation. Boom, beep, boom. When we talk to groups of kids about this, we say bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. Can you say that? I'm saying bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. So that's our melody. Be, da, dee, da, dee, da. And then here's this guy, Ethan, who's just gonna get in and like busy it up a little bit. Go ahead. So he can play whatever he wants. His part just fits in with the bing bong, bing, 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 ba, dee, 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 da. And then here's his friend Larry playing a hapiki, and Larry just like fills in all of the gaps around these surdo parts. Check this out. Then there's this guy in the back named Julio. Him and his buddies are playing a drum that has these little like metal strings over the top of it. So it's a little bit of a dirtier sound. And this is what they play. Here you go, Julio. Great, so that's like the basic groove. And we'd be happy to stay on this stage and do that for 4 hours if given the opportunity, because it's just a really comfortable place for us. The Handphibians and many groups, or all of the groups like it, it's a school. So we all went to school, a bunch of us, like all the way through school and college and whatever. But now we're adults and we're trying to find these great places to have fun, so we come to a Samba school. We have it's an arranged play date every week for 40 of us. And we come and we learn these different drums. We have teachers from Brazil. Some of us in the group have gone to Brazil, and then we learn and come back. So it's just a big group of friends getting to play. But that's our basic music. The only thing we haven't represented so far is what Laura is playing. Laura is playing a drum called the tamborim. It's the loudest drum, it's the smallest drum, but it's easily the most formidable. Can you play a little bit? And she's taking it easy. That gets way louder, as you'll see. So before we get into the song and what this music does in terms of parading, we're just gonna do. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Okay. That's cool. People love tamborim. It's an indisputable fact across this hemisphere. So we're gonna play a series of short drumming arrangements, so you can hear what these drums sound like when they're in their natural setting. That's what we have as call and response. I play a call, they respond. If I go like this, that's worldwide. That's just a really famous old break that we play. So the original music, it was just call, response, call, response. And then as it evolved and it got older as a music, then we have these more intricate arrangements. And here's what a more intricate arrangement sounds like. Okay, awesome. Thank you. The most important part of what this music does is to accompany songs. We're gonna have our friend Chris and Julio, our friends, Chris and Julio come up and we're gonna demonstrate a style of this song. It's called Enredo, E-N-R-E-D-O. It's a theme song. So every year, each group, of which there are like 20 or so, each group has one song they sing. And that's what they rehearse all year to get ready for the Carnival celebration. So like the Handphibians, we do that for the last 5 years or so. We've been writing a theme song every year. I'll sing a little bit of it later when Chris is done. So ours this year, Chris, say hi to Chris. This is Chris Potasnik. Yeah, hey Chris. This is a beautiful cavaquinho that he has. Chris is a really fine guitar player and string player. And the cavaquinho is like the most important instrument they use in Samba in southern Brazil. So Chris wrote the song that we're using for our Carnival celebration this year. And then a small committee of other Handphibians help contribute, and we try to work as a team and put together this song. So our song goes, Minha moragia Madison, a cidade entre os lagos, Handphibians da rua Brian, meu bloco, minha paixão. That's the first like chunk of it. And it's saying, my home is Madison, the city between two lakes. The Handphibians from Bryan Street, which is where we rehearse on the east side. It's my group, it's my heart, it's my passion. And then the song goes on for another, minute or so to describe the history of who we are, why we're here, why we're doing this, and how this whole thing happened. And it's cool because the entire group can get behind it for each year to like practice the song. So Julio is gonna now introduce a super famous old Samba and Enredo that we're gonna play as an example for you. So here's Julio.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today? Everyone doing all right? All right. Sounds like everyone had their lunch already, hopefully. All right, so we're gonna be playing a song that is from a samba group called Governador Ilha, which is one of the many samba schools in Rio de Janeiro. Like Tom was mentioning, that there are multiple samba schools in Rio that participate for Carnival. They all compete to be the best song for that year, and this is one of the songs. So let's play it. All right. Vamos lá! Hoje vou tomar em porre na missa coque que tô feliz, la 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 la. Nessa vou de bar em barra, beber a vida que sempre quis. Eu vou. Hoje vou tomar em porre na missa coque que tô feliz. Nessa vou de bar em barra, beber a vida que sempre quis. Não depende de ilusão. Eu chego que pura paixão. Eu bebo amor e desejo de mar e chamego. Me beija, faz o cafuné. Bebendo meu vai. Que nem maré, balance nesse cai. Bohemia, bebendo meu vai. Que nem maré, balance nesse cai. Bohemia, olha garçom, garçom, ei garçom. A boca seba bem gelada aqui na mesa. Que bom, que bom. Que alegria não embora a tristeza. Poeta enredo da canção. Cadilho que ia pedir. Canta ela de emoção. Saudade que você exigir. Amor, amor, chamego, bebê já passe o café, bebendo minha vá, que nem maré, olha assim nesse carro, correr, carrer, bebendo minha vá, que nem maré, olha assim nesse carro, correr, não, olha, garçom, garçom, ei, garçom, a boca serva, vem já lá pra aqui na mesa, que bom. Thank you very much, guys. We're gonna switch to our different style right now.
Okay. Super fun fact about Julio Flores. When Julio joined the Handphibians, he was dishonest about his age because he wanted to be in the group. So he told us that he was a certain age, even though in reality, he was off by a couple of years. But that's his commitment to the music, which is awesome. And he's a really good singer of those in Hades. So, and other stuff. So we're gonna switch styles now. A huge part of the history of the Handphibians is we learn different styles of drumming from different teachers from all over Brazil. What the style we're about to play right now is called maracatu. Can you say maracatu? Maracatu. Yeah, it's like the instrument, a maraca, with the word tu after it, T-U. Maracatu. We're gonna work on that a little bit later, and we're gonna try to yell it as loud as we can, essentially. But before we do that, the drums need to get warmed up. We like to always start with a little bit of a warm-up, just to check in with each other and make sure we're all on the same page and we know how this is gonna feel. So the first thing you'll hear right now is there's little metal drums in the back. Can you guys hold up your kaisha? These drums have little strings on the bottom which give this little buzz sound. So they play this rhythm that goes like bra ba ba da psh, bra ba ba da psh. And what they're doing, they're like buzzing their sticks against the drum, and it's supposed to sound or mimic the sound of waves in an ocean, the sound of waves like crashing onto the shore. And then from there, we start the rhythm, and that's like the ascent up this hill to the top of the hill where the city in northern Brazil sits. So see, once you hear these guys start, if you hear like the sound of an ocean crashing, or the wave crashing out of the ocean. All right, here we go. So Julio, who you may remember from the song we just sang, is playing this comically large cowbell. That's called a gongue. The reason that bell is the way it is, like so far away from the body, is because when these drums parade down a street, the streets in northern Brazil, where this is from, are really narrow. So there's just like people everywhere, and they want to see like, oh, what's going on? Where are those drums coming from? So the pathway closes. So the bells go in front, and they just like move people out of the way politely with this giant metal bell. Similar, these drums, the alfaya, like the main drum of this style of music, they have these big arm motions they're using, and that's so that as they're walking on the side, they can kind of like gently encourage people to leave so that the drums can proceed through. If you're wondering, like, hey, why does that guy have his back to us and he's like waving his arms all the time? I have, I'm the director today. The Handphibians have multiple directors, so like different people get a chance to do this. Depending on what hand symbol I hold up, the group knows what to play. So for instance, just hold up a like index finger, like number 1. So this, it doesn't mean number 1. It's actually a lowercase I without a dot. It stands for Imale. But this is, whenever I hold this up, this is what everybody plays. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I hold up number 2, there's a different groove. It's very, very similar, but let's see if you can hear a difference. Here's number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's number 1 again. Hint, 1 has like, it's more busy. There's a little bit more going on. So here's number 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes we need a tremendous amount of sound, and we just need to like go nuts. So we have a word called trovão. Say trovão. Trovão. Trovão means thunder in Portuguese. Trovão is thunder. So when we hear the word thunder, what do we think of? Crazy amount of sound and like explosive stuff. So when we play trovão, there's even way more busyness, more notes. Here's what trovão sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like just super aggressive. So later, you'll hear all of these come back, and you can watch, like you just know like we just have a bunch of hand symbols that tell the drummers what to do. Okay. Tu maraca, tu. When you hear me say tu maraca, say tu maraca tu back to me. Here we go. Tu maraca.
Tu maraca tu.
Tu maraca.
Tu maraca tu.
Okay, now let's see how loud you can do it. Tu maraca.
Tu maraca tu.
So no adults, just kids. Tu maraca. Yeah, I just don't know why you're whispering so much. Can you just be louder? Tu maraca. Good, way better, but it's short. It's not tu maraca. It's tu maraca tu. Ta 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 ta. It's like a specific rhythm. Tu maraca. Yeah, it's super short and it happens in the same way every time. So let's go for real. We're gonna do it 4 times. Me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you. Tu maraca. 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 Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Or there's a couple people in particular who are just like leaving it all out on the field. That's good. Okay, so for the rest of your lives, if somebody ever walks up to you and says, "Tu maraca," just like yell that back to them as loud as you can, and everything will be cool. It's just like it's part of life in this music. So the drummers have a part too. As soon as they hear that, whether it's me or it's anybody else yelling it, we have a part we play. This is what it sounds like one time. Tu maraca! Tu maraca! Every time they hear that, that's what we play. And then I get to decide when we go on, and there's a couple other things. So we're going to play this for real. When I come to the front of the stage and start yelling, please yell back at me as loud as you can. Recess voices, not indoor concert-going voices. Just all out. Tu maraca! Tu maraca! that because it's awesome. Drums are really fun. My public service announcement to all of the young people. You can play drums forever. You can start at any age. If, like a lot of students who are really young, we start on violin or we start on piano. A lot of people in the Handphibians, well again, we're like 40 people or more big. A lot of us don't start playing drums until we're way adults, like old people. And it's great, like, cause you can do it. We don't read music, we hear somebody play something, and then we play it back. And then it's really more of like working as a team. It's not about being awesome at a particular skill. It's about knowing how to work with each other and like give and take and helping your friends around you do it. That's what this is all about. So, that said, we're gonna play, our last piece that we play is about snakes. But not bad snakes like you might find in the purple carpet with sharks. This is about a really funny, happy-go-lucky, charming snake. It's called jiboia. The word jiboia is Portuguese for snake. And in Brazilian folklore, this particular snake is like a happy, charming, go-lucky snake. So it's a set of 3 different rhythms that we play bam, 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 like really quick, right in a row. And thankfully, I know you've all been waiting to know, is there another opportunity for us to yell as loud as we can? Yes, and that opportunity is now. So when I turn around and I look at you and I'm gonna go like this, that's me with a bad shoulder saying, yell really loud. And so you just literally go as loud as you can. I know everybody here can do it. Parents too. Parents who are like looking at the floor sheepishly, it's also for you to do this. So it's gonna be really, we just go like, ah, and that's it. So just heads up, exactly. Let's actually practice. Ready, go. Yeah, just do that, but super loud, and we'll be fine. Okay, so here's jiboia. Ready, go. Okay, awesome. Of all of the shows today, that was easily the loudest scream, which is great. So thank you. Yeah, it helps the cause. Yeah, that's great. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit more before we're done, but I'll use this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for everyone for coming and participating and be a part of this. Thank you to the parents and guardians and every grandparents and everyone for bringing young people here to see this. Whether it's this or anything else, it's obviously very important to us and to everyone involved, so thank you. Thank you, kids, for yelling as loud as you can and being good about it, and to the Overture Center. So here we go. We love being here. We love playing drums, so thank you.
Tu verás que